Hello fellow YouTubers and welcome to my build guide for my Tornado Shot Charge Generating Curse on Hit Ranger. The name's a little bit in the works there, it's obviously a little too long, but I'm working on it. I'm your host Duff Daddy with AoE Gaming. Today we are going over another Bloodlines character of mine, another hardcore style character. The build concept behind this one was to create a charge generating ranger that could destroy pretty much everything with Tornado Shot, but also maintain power charges, frenzy charges, and cursing all your foes that you come across. Honestly, I'm very happy with the way this build turned out. It's a hell of a lot of fun already. I'm only level 71 right now. I haven't had a chance to level it up too much yet, but I'll keep you guys apprised as I get into the later levels. All I can say is it's awesome. The whole concept behind this runs along a Utility 5 link or a Utility 6 link with Frenzy. Using Frenzy with GMP, we're running Curse on Hit, Power Charge on Crit, Assassin's Mark right now. Poacher's Mark, Vulnerability, whatever other curse you want to run if you get a 6 link for it is fantastic. We're going to run Dual Curse, hence the Wind Screams, but we'll get to that in a little bit. But what this allows you to do is not only generate frenzy charges on hit, but allows you to generate power charges on crit too. And we're running a base chance of 46.5% crit on Tornado Shot as well as frenzy. So works out pretty well. And it's really cool just having everything be cursed as well as generate those charges. To get into the build a little bit more, we'll take a look at the passive tree real quick. If you want to see the full tree on PoE Builder, I do have it linked in the comments below. Anyways, the Ranger start gives you a nice amount of life and survivability early on. We're getting a good amount of attack speed too, but what you want to do to start off leveling up, I usually come up through Shadow here and grab the life nodes and this additional attack speed node as well as life leech early on. You can pick up the frenzy charges, the power charges, and everything later on, as well as build your crit later on. But come back down here, you pick up the bow nodes. You can pick up the bow and attack speed nodes as well too if you want to. I was saving those for a little bit later. This King of the Hill is obviously a fantastic crit node. 80% increased crit chance with bows, knocks back enemies if you get a critical strike with a bow. Awesome. These projectile nodes and everything, the changes to Duelist really, I found, worked out really well for a Ranger start with Tornado Shot. I did a Tornado Shot character in Beyond League as well. This one is much stronger in my opinion. And that character got to level 93, so if you say this one's much stronger, I'm very happy with it. Ondar's Guile, we're running, I believe, 172% evasion on this tree. So Ondar's pretty much nullifies any kind of reflect for you. It's awesome. We're also running about 150% max life with 71% attack speed, 322% physical damage on the tree, as well as 400% crit chance. Pretty great stuff. Take a look at the gem setup real quick. So again, Frenzy with GMP, Curse on Hit, Power Charge on Crit, Assassin's Mark. That's the 5-link utility setup I have to make the charge generation as well as the curse on hit. As I said, if you get a 6-link on it, Poacher's Mark, Vulnerability, Warlord's Mark, whatever you really want to run on it is good, in my opinion. I am running an Alpha's Howl. The reason why I'm running an Alpha's Howl is so I'm able to run 3 auras and still have enough mana left over to not have to use blood magic. Herald of Thunder, Herald of Ice, and Hatred. Pretty standard stuff there. I mean, Hatred's kind of the biggest one, obviously, the physical damage conversion, as it is extra cold. Tornado Shot links, we're running Tornado Shot with added fire, physical projectile attack damage, GMP, and faster attacks. This is not the optimal setup that you want to be running. You probably want to be running something more like, instead of physical projectile attack damage, you can run increased critical strikes, and then increase critical damage instead of faster attacks. I just don't have the links for it, hence why I'm not using it. For the boss killer, we're running Puncture in a 4-link with Trap, increased critical strikes, increased critical damage. Puncture Trap, holy crap, it does a lot of damage. Cast when damage taken setup, we're running Enduring Cry, Immortal Call, Increased Duration. Pretty standard setup there. In terms of gear, Harbinger Bow is the top of the line bow for any kind of crit build you're doing with Tornado Shot. Just because the base crit chance is so high. You want high fizz damage, crit chance on there if you can, for additional crit chance, and attack speed if you can get it. Alpha's Howl, like I said, not necessary for this build. You don't have to have it. I just chose to use it because of the fact that I wanted to be able to run 3 auras and not have to worry about any kind of mana issues at all. I just have a basic chest here. Lightning Coil is probably what you want to run. If you can get Purity of Lightning, then you'd probably want to run Alpha's Howl as well. Lightning Coil, otherwise just a standard life and resist chest, high evasion, stuff like that. For your amulet, life, crit, and fizz damage on it if you can get it. Your rings, you're going to want to run 2 diamond rings, again for the global crit. Fizz damage on them if you can, life, resistances, and then this one's nice. I have 2% physical attack damage leeches life. Just gives me a little bit more life leech, so don't have too many issues with leeching back life. Now, for my gloves, I chose, instead of getting the mana leech on the tree, to find gloves that had mana leech. If you can find gloves with mana leech on them and then have your life and resistances, that saves you a couple of points on the tree and allows you to do some other stuff with that. Because you probably would have to get mana leech otherwise on the tree if you can't get them on your gloves or your ring or something. But 2%, more than you need. You can probably get away with 1% as well. Rustic Sash for the physical damage scaling. Armor, life, resistances. Pretty much your basic Rustic Sash is what you want. I went with a Spike Point Arrow Quiver for the critical global crit. You want life, resistances, fizz damage, and additional crit on there if you can get it. Obviously this one doesn't have it, but what are you going to do? You can't always have it. And Wind Scream. This is going to allow you to have the dual curse. I chose these over the Doter Ring because these work a little bit better. Obviously, you still want to be able to run the Diamond Ring for the crit chance as well, too. The resistances, movement speed, elemental damage, is just a nice little boost, and then 1 additional curse, which allows you to run the dual curse gem link setup in the 6 link. Do I have to be running Wind Screams right now? No, you can probably get away with just running the one with Assassin's Mark for now, and run just defensive boots if you want to. Once you get that 6 link and then you're running the dual curse, then you're gonna need to run the Wind Screams. But just to give you an idea of how it works, you fire a Frenzy in there. Well, automatically curse them, and then just fire away from there. I'm a little bit under leveled for this, but you can see, stuff's dying pretty fast. Here, we'll just pop this real quick. But anyways, the charge generation and everything alone is just pretty sweet, just how this entire build kind of works together. I really enjoy it. Give it a try if you guys want. If you have any questions on it, I do have a full forum build linked below as well too for the guide. Bandits, you want to take Oak and Normal for the 40 additional life. You're going to want to take Oak and Cruel for the 18% increased physical damage, and then Alira in Merciless for the additional power charge. This allows you to run 5 power charges and 5 frenzy charges at all times. You do get a 6 power charge later on too. So in terms of flasks, I'm just running basic flasks right now. You can run at Ziri's Promise or something like that if you want to. I like a Quicksilver Flash just for additional utility. But anyways, guys, thank you very much for watching the video. If you guys have any questions, again, just let me know. Have a good one.